Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's Tuesday Tip. I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, where's Vicki? Well, she's fine, but at this point we're all working from home. So Vicki writes the tips, I record them here at home, and then Charlie edits them. Over the next few weeks, we're going to talk about the crisis that we now find ourselves in, and that is the COVID-19 virus. And as Vicki always says, this is uncharted territory, and a lot of industries have been affected in one way or another. But in the housing industry, we've had tough times before, and we've been able to get through those tough times together. So let's get started today. First, to the smaller owner-agent companies. Make sure that your company by now has a policy and/or plan in place to move forward. HUD challenged us to have a disaster plan in place by using the Disaster Staffing Toolkit. Now, HUD crafted this guide to help affordable multifamily housing organizations develop comprehensive disaster staffing plans to protect buildings, engage residents, and continue business operations in the event of a disaster. Larger companies that already have a plan in place are adjusting their plans for the present-day crisis. Second, HUD tells us to follow the CDC, the state, and local laws and rules that are being applied to COVID-19. There are several things you can do, like providing and posting a letter to inform residents how to correspond with management. You may want to include things like if your office is closed to the public, how they can file emergency work orders, and how you're handling certifications. You also want to inform residents how to pay their rent. For the sake of social distancing, you can conduct resident interviews via telephone or use teleconferencing options. Encourage the electronic delivery and receipt of documents. Or use the mail drop box on property to receive documents, but remember to wash your hands after handling the mail or use rubber gloves to handle documents. You also want to talk to your staff and residents about social distancing. Finally, today we have several things to think about. For instance, utility companies have sent out notifications that they will not discontinue services. What about suspension of evictions for non-criminal activity? Or the suspension of late fees? Many companies are waiving late fees for April and some even for May. Will you suspend all resident activities on property? What about unit inspections and pest control services? Will you suspend those? And it's very important to talk about visitation. Management can encourage residents to limit personal visitation from family and friends, but they cannot prohibit residents from having visitors. That's a violation of their rights. Owner agents should follow their existing visitation rules and express to residents how important it is for them to follow the CDC, state, and local government suggestions about personal space and the number of people gathered in a public space. Above all, we want you to be cautious, we want you to be safe, and just aware of the changes and conditions that are going on around us right now. So next week, Vicki is going to write about processing certifications during these challenging times. And if you have any questions between now and then, please email Vicki at vbell@navigatehousing.com. That's vbell@navigatehousing.com. And of course, Navigate is open for business, although we are all working remotely. Our office hours remain the same from 8 to 5 Central Time. So give us a call, email us. We're here if you need us. See you next week. Did you like this video? Hit the like button below. Do you want to see more content just like this? Be sure to subscribe to all our social media platforms. And if you know someone who could really use this information, be sure to share it.